Great morning, great morning, great morning. We have made it here to another first Saturday, and I'm excited because here we are rounding out the year, and I really want to jump in and just welcome you to this first Saturday because we have been making some shifts this year and we have been getting through some grief situations and definitely beyond our loss. We're healing, we're getting better. Yes, indeed. This vehicle is taking us some new places. And I want to make sure we stay on that momentum, stay in that place of progressive and positive movement. So, as we're making this shift, I wanted to really ask a question there. Are you taking on more than you can bear? So, I want to welcome you to another First Saturday. We're rolling into our third year of doing First Saturday, getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning doing this. And we are the vehicle. So I want to talk about us in this vehicle, how sometimes we pack too much on ourselves. There is a weight restriction on your vehicle of how much you can carry, how many passengers you should have in there, how much stuff you should have in the trunk. And then some of us throw hitches on our cars that aren't meant to tow things, and we set up something and we tow something heavy on the back of us. So the question is, are you taking on more than you can bear? And here we talk about godly strategies, and we've all heard the saying, God never gives us more than we can bear. God never gives us more than we can bear. And you say, well, how do we know that? Because there are 72 scriptures that support that. And of course, I'm not getting ready to give you all 72. I'm going to just kind of give you an overview and a glance, and then we're going to dig into what that really means for us, because taking on more than you can bear is being a place of anxiousness. That's your mind allowing you to be anxious about something. Then there's the place that we feel like we are being tempted to do something. God never tempts us to do something. And then also it says God is near the brokenhearted and the weak. But a lot of times we don't allow ourselves to be brokenhearted and weak because we don't allow God to come to us and heal us in those places. So when it talks about, are you taking on more than you can bear, right here in this holiday season, especially if you've lost somebody around this time of year, and or you just recently lost somebody during this time of year, like my husband did. So around the holiday season, when you've just lost a loved one, or this is your first holiday season without that loved one, or even if you're going through, because there are many layoffs and shutdowns that are going on around the world, if you're experiencing any of those things in this journey on this walk, this could be for you today. So what it's talking about is, if you feel heavy in your mind, in your spirit, in your finances, what have you taken on during this holiday season that's making you feel like you've taken on more than you can bear? You feel like you're about to break. You feel like you can't go not one little bit further. That's sometimes what happens. You can't go a little bit further. But who says today you have to? Who says today you have to? Give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself permission to sit still. Give yourself permission to actually go through the process and feel how you feel. And so when I'm talking about, are you feeling more than you can bear? Let's talk about, all the gamuts of different grief and loss. And we know it's more than death, so like I said, it could be a job. So it could be some finances. So during this holiday season, one of the biggest things to keep for more than you can bear, don't allow yourself to put expectations because of what you did last year, of what you wanted. Allow yourself to fit into what you're able to do, what you're able to do financially, what you're able to do mentally, emotionally. Do not overcommit yourselves to people because they have expectations of you. And that's the thing. A lot of times we do more because other people have expectations of us, or we have expectations of ourselves to just be so strong on this journey. And it's not. We always say we're being strong for other people and we're doing things for other people. But the question is, really, what are you doing for yourself through this process? Because the thing is, this process is for you. So what are you doing for yourself? So take some of that weight off of the expectation. Take some of that weight off of what you feel that you did last year. You have to do this year, or you have to top this year. Sometimes you don't have to do any of those things. Recreate, rewrite, and make it to yourself that you are going to lighten your load. And you say, well, that's better said than done. You know what? A lot of times you've packed the bag and you've overpacked it, but the thing is, that bag can't weigh over 100 pounds or you're going to have to pay extra. You're going to have to pay extra. And that's the thing. You're paying extra because you're loading all of these things in your life. You're paying for them because of the weight that you're putting on your body. So some internal mechanisms are breaking down that shows on the outside. So let's go back to this analogy we talked about when you're overpacking. You got too many passengers, you're towing too many things. Just this journey has become where you feel like you have to carry everybody else and care for everybody else during this grief season, but you haven't given yourself time to care for yourself. So you're over a pack, you're stuffing it all in. But the thing is, you're wearing yourself down, whether it is a physical, emotional, or spiritual way down, and you are feeling tired. Internally, you are hurting. Outwardly, it is showing. And this vehicle, you are wearing it out. So what do? We go get some maintenance done so we can equip ourselves to actually move forward. And what we have to do is begin by taking some of the weight off, because you can't get the car fixed unless you move some of the weight. So this is where in this season we have to decide, remove some of these commitments, remove some of these people who will have expectations on us and will not allow us to go through the growing and stretching process to better ourselves. So during this holiday season, when someone tells you, what are you buying me from Christmas, or what are you getting me for Christmas, or what are you getting me for the holidays, tell them my presence. If my presence is going to be the gift, and for sometimes it might be, you might be the absence. My absence is going to be the gift because I need to take care of myself and it's a gift to me. So on this journey, decide what gift is needed and what you need to bring. Is it to yourself? Is it to others? Is it just you need to have a moment and actually bring your presence back before God so he can heal you while you're brokenhearted, heal you while you're weak? So that's key on the journey. And when you stop trying to be strong for other people, you allow yourself to stretch and strengthen yourself so that when it is time for you to have other passengers, the journey works out the way it is supposed to. So I wanted to make sure I got in here and got this message. I didn't necessarily want to go long, but I wanted to make sure we gave just that quick information during this holiday grief season. I know it's early and hopefully you all are watching in the replay and say, hey, my expectations, I'm not going to put expectations on others, and I'm not going to put these expectations on myself. I'm going to stop trying to be strong for other people and be strong and stretch for myself so I can allow myself to grow in this process. And another key during the holiday season is, if that day doesn't work, put it on another day. Put it on another day, because we pressure ourselves to be somewhere at a certain time with certain people. Move it to another day. Move it to another place. Make it not convenient, but make it where it works in this season for you so you can handle it without extra pressure. God didn't make us have all of these hallmark seasons, all of these things that we feel like we have to be engaged in, involved in. So be careful in this season that you're not putting more on yourself, because God's word is, God never gives us any more than we can bear. So are you taking on more than you can bear? So that's a good question you need to ask yourself this season on your journey. And I look forward to having some of you all comment in the conversation and say, hey, yeah, I've taken on too much. These are some of the things that I'm letting go. Love to hear those conversations. But if you just want to talk to me and help you, guide you through some of these issues and come up with your unique formula to help you shift and move beyond your loss and get some godly strategies ahead of you so that you can follow this path, contact me. Jump on the relationship service station, get in one of our programs. And right now, of course, starting is a 4-week session, so you can end how you want to begin. Don't put it off to the new year. Let's go ahead and get started and get to a place that we are healed and whole.